Maybe these snails are the missing ingredient to living your flourishing life. The true good life for a person is not made up of money and consumerism. Instead, it is built from their personal foundational values, parallel to what Adam Steinberg, John Ruskin, and John Berger demonstrate in their writings. For myself, following my most vital values that are similar to the values Christmas Startwell and Maria Popova outline is the path to living a good life. To start, Adam Steinberg in How to Be Happy took a class from Yale University that tries to make students happier. In that class, students learn, as a personal commodity, money is extremely elastic in that you can theoretically accumulate an infinite amount of it, and your income fluctuates at different points in your life. Time, by contrast, is intrinsically inelastic. You cannot accumulate more of it, and you've never had any less of it. You get the same amount of minutes and hours in every day of your life. By that reasoning, an hour should be much more valuable than $1, yet we consistently behave as if the opposite were true. We each have anxiety about needing more and more money because of our society raising us up with a large amount of preconceptions about what we should value. For another example, we are consistently pressured to be high-achieving and get good grades, but those don't lead to a sustained well-being. Having a lot of money and being consistently productive is a status symbol in our society which tricks us into striving for those, but ultimately do not give us fulfillment because those are not actually filling up our real values. John Ruskin in Unto This Last advises that these pieces of gold with which we are the habit of guiding them are in fact nothing more than a king of Byzantine, harness, or trappings. This type of wealth in physical money only turns the owner into an empty vessel, empty from spirit, liveliness, and color. Money, again and again, is considered a major high status symbol in our society, but John Ruskin also mentions the real jewels and gold are grasping virtues. Engaging in our values is what will really contribute to a good life. Along with that, our society promotes consumerism. Buying and having a lot of materials gets you to a high status. John Berger in Ways of Seeing informs us that purchases imply they are a cultural value. Individuals get easily pulled into the depths of consumerism, distracting them from their personal values and being forced to wear a mask of fake happiness from those purchases. Money and consumerism is part of our status anxieties. Status anxiety is the worry to conform to the ideas of society's success and what will eventually consume us into existing as a rotting object in our society. To be able to unstick from this status anxiety mindset, brewing awareness is the vital part. Being aware of what society pressures us to do to achieve status will help in understanding and realizing what actually will make our own happiness. With this, awareness is a significant value to me. Awareness of our society's rigidity and awareness of the life I am part of. In The Art of Living, Aesthetics of the Ordinary and World's Spiritual Traditions, Crispin Startwell explains how the art of living is the process of becoming absorbed into living, of becoming present in one's life. From my experiences, awareness creates a more multi-hued living. And awareness can help somebody realize, as in Resolutions for a Life Worth Living, Attainable Aspirations Inspired by Great Humans of the Past states, one of the saddest tendencies in our present culture is an ignorant intolerance for the basic humanity of being human. So to go against this part of society's stigma, compassion is another value to use and one that I practice. Compassion builds a healthy living towards community and to yourself. Awareness and compassion can help one understand themselves and what they need for a fulfilling life. For example, Justin Davies, an artist, was stuck in an overworking environment with no kindness. Davies got lost in the woods, literally, and gathered awareness of the trees around them. The trees spurred on a fire of compassion that made them into a maker of things that colored their life a lot. Davies is actually living now and just trying to make fun. They are foraging zest and sharing it with others by artfully informing people of native and invasive trees and about ethically sourcing wood. They teach people how to forage for native plants and make good, nourishing food from them while incorporating explanations of words from other cultures that have no direct English translation. These words have meaningful meanings that are about the body, mind, and soul, to be more connected with our natural selves and with our community, and to be aware of our feelings. Awareness and compassion construct zest for me too. Zest, the means to create fun, is another one of my foundational values. Here is one of Davies' art pieces. This wooden bracelet is a symbol of carrying part of life with you to fulfill your own life with appreciating the things around you. The making of this was to go deep into an awareness of trees and have fun in the process, really seeing the colors, textures, variations, and the little beautiful parts that surround us every single moment. These things are worth getting to understand because you can find compassion and zest in them. Being present, making kindness, and creating fun defines and builds an authenticity. Alta Ifland in The Snail's Song writes how a snail lives within himself. The snail lives and does everything he does in passion, and then his music overflows his shell, breaking his shell, but he decided not to fix his broken shell to let his music spill out for others to hear. This is symbolic to how we can get to know ourselves and be able to share that kindness with each other and make that journey into an adventure. These things put together can build an authentic self to be able to live fully, to not live by others' rules and expectations. One huge expectation in our society is to be fast and productive at everything and at any time. Conforming to this notion will drain our life energy and rot into nothingness. To take back our lives, we can live slowly, like Anne Sophia Koo talked about in Live a Slow Life. It is okay to slow down in a fast-paced world. With slow living, we can be savoring the minutes instead of counting them. Going slowly can also help with breaking the cycle of consumerism by having time to get unstuck from impulse buying. Then you can distance yourself from money too, supporting your own values and making your own authenticness. One existence we can look upon as a muse to living a slow life is the snail. Snails are free. They cost no money to involve into your life. You can just go outside and find these unique creatures. I snail watch, similar to bird watching. I observe them and I have learned a lot. Most snails are slow, creating an unhurried life, a peaceful, less stressed life. They value time by moving slowly to be able to feel the large and small details of life. There are so many beautiful details our fast-paced society misses. These little details can add so much color into life, contributing to a happy existence. I work towards being aware of these details. I do not have a lot of material goods. I have some textiles, some furniture, some pans, some chopsticks, some containers, some bags, some books, a phone and computer, some mugs, some medicine, some food, and some other small things. I am trying to not have a lot of material goods to not fall into the overwhelming depths of consumerism, but just trying to have goods that add to my life, not overtake my life. Although, one material that I do have a lot of are snail shells. I experienced so much while finding snails and their shells. Going to different places to find these add crazy adventures to my life, building zesty fun. Snails are also silly too, letting me be silly with them. I am deeply happy when I am with snails. Snail shells also remind me of compassion. Every snail is different from each other. All the snails in this video are the same species of snail. They are all petite gray snails. Even though they are the same type, they are all very unique from each other, like humans. These snails each are varying sizes and shapes. They show a variety of patterns and colors. No two are the same. Even with their differences from each other, each one of them is still beautiful, reflecting our community of people. Every person is uniquely beautiful. We can compassionately feel each other's differences to intensify our lives, adding variety and vibrance. We need to be kind to each other to be able to share our authenticities with each other and create flourishing lives with each other. There are also some snails that have had a rough time. Some of the snails in this video have broken shells. However, they are still beautiful. Even if something is broken, it is still beautiful. Even if someone is broken, they are still beautiful. We can feel everybody's beautiful self and then live more fully from that. So, maybe snails could be your guide to living your own flourishing life.